Hi everyone, I'm here again, your celebrity mathematician, Omale Jeff Ejojo. At Matex, we choose interesting and industry-based questions. We have done justice to other questions in the past, and we are now on logarithm. We have shown the relationship between logarithm and indices, our previous topic. And one good thing here is that we'll do justice to the topic in its entirety. We also welcome questions. Today, let's see logarithm greater than 1. And one thing you should also understand here, as we have started logarithm greater than 1 using mathematical table, is that we have two parts, like 2.4731, for example. This side is called the characteristics or integer. And I told us when we're doing when we did introduction to indices that integers are whole numbers, positive numbers, negative numbers, including 0. I will say this one is mantissa. This mantissa, or it can be called fraction. We call fraction. So this thing is very important in case they ask you anywhere. So please take note. This side before the decimal point is integer or characteristics. After the decimal point is called mantissa or fraction. Now, you see me here with the mathematical table, because in this area you are not supposed to use calculator, but this. And one good thing about these questions is that we have touched WAEC, JAMB, NAPTEB, and others, including NECO. So if I do justice to this, it will touch this, it will touch this, it will touch all of them. Because I have the cube here, this one is the square root. You can be able to do the fifth root and the cube root. This one is squared. If you do the 3 here, you should be able to do the square. Now, let me choose number 2. We're given root 49,100 multiplied by 38.2 over 2.9. Sorry, right now I'm writing number 1 over 5.68 raised to power of 3 multiplied by 8.14. Good. So the first thing you write is solution. Solution. And it must be correct. It must be correct to 3 significant figure. I'll be correct to 3 significant figure my tie. Okay, this is 94. Your question, that is 94,100. So solution, you write log, we all know that, and number. Draw your line. Now we have roots 94,100. Good. Now what do you do here? The first thing to do is to check the number. How many numbers do I have here before the decimal point? This one has no decimal point, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since I have 5 numbers, my characteristics will start from 4. If I have like 3.12, before the decimal here is only 1 number. And you start from 0, 1, just like here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one will be 0 points, my characteristics. Good. So what will I do? Now, this mathematical table, if you look at it, you see a place that writes logarithm of numbers. Logarithm of numbers. Now, this very one, how do we read it? log 94 under 1, difference 0. And in this case, 94 here, 94 you see 0. See it here. After this x, you see 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 9. So 94 is here. This first one is under 0. So, and this one is under 1 is what they told me, under 1. I didn't mean it's maybe 94, only 94. What you do, it will be under 0. So, but this one is, I have 1 after 2 numbers. It doesn't start from 1. It started from 10. So this one, I have to check 94 under 1. So this 94. This under 1 is 9736. You write it somewhere, 9736. Now the difference is 0. We don't have difference 0. The difference starts from 1. So since there's no difference 0, I'll bring the 9736. That's 94 under 1. 9736. 9736. Now, but they're now telling me that this thing is square root. And if it is square root, what I would do is to divide it. So I'll now say, okay, divide by 2. If it's fifth root like this one, I'll divide it by 5. If it's cube root like this one, I'll divide it by 3. Now, since they have told me this, I have to divide it. Then I said equal to. Now, you have to start your division because they say you are not using calculator. As you are not using calculator, you must be careful. So, this one, I have 4 here. Your division must start from here, the characteristic side. 4 divided by 2 is 2. This is my point. Now, 9 divided by 2, that is 4. I have 4. That is 4. 4, remainder 1. Now, I have to add that 1 here. This one becomes 17. 17 divided by 2, if it's 16, I have 8. And since it's 17, that is 8 remainder 1. Now, I have to add that 1 here, 13. 13 divided by 2 is 6. Remainder 1. Now, this one is 6. But there's 1 here. And you know, in base 10, what we are carrying is 10. We are just mentioned 1, 1, 1. If you put 1 here, it's supposed to be 8 now, but it is 17. So this one I carry here, I have to add it to 6. It will be 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. Good. Now, because this thing has extended to this side, you have to draw your line and draw this. So you now bring the second one. The second one is 38.2. Now this 38.2, before the decimal point here, I have 2 numbers. I have 2 numbers. That means, and I told you that you must start from what? Look at this, 38.2. Before the decimal point, you start from 0, 1. So that means the number I have here, what I put here for my counting is what? 1. Points. You must know the characteristics. If there are 3 numbers before the decimal point, your characteristics will be 2. If there are 5 numbers, your characteristics will be 4. If there are 7 numbers, your characteristics will be 6. If there are 10 numbers, your characteristics will be 9. So this one, there are 2 numbers before the decimal point. My characteristics will be 1. In this one, let's say there's a decimal point at the front because there's no decimal point in this one. I have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My characteristics will be 4. Now, this one is now log 38 under 2. There's no difference. Somebody will say that, why won't I say log 3? There's no log 3. It starts from 10. So, and this one is 38 under 2. There's no difference. So let me look for log 38. Log 38. Okay, see it here. This 38. The first row here is, the first column here is 0. So 38 under 1 under 2 is 5821. Log 38 under 2 is 5821. So I'll write it down immediately. 5821. 5821. Now in this case, what you are supposed to do from here, since you have already extended this one to this place, you have to bring this one there so that your work can be neat. You are not doing this one under here again because this one has extended. This is the final answer here. So what you do is this. That is 1. We said log 38 under 2. Under 2 is 5821. 5821. Now, but apart from this 5821 here, you have to draw your line. Good. You have to draw your line so that we now know what you are working on. This one we'll call it the numerator. The numerator. Good. Now, since we have drawn this, we have to put this one here. You have to draw another line because your work has to be neat. The numerator, this one will now be what? Listen, since it's multiplication, it will be what? Plus. If it's division, that is here, we have to subtract. Now in this case, we have what? 1 plus 8 is 9. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. 4 plus 5 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. We have 0. Carry 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. So since this is the final answer here, and is the numerator you are calculating, you bring it here. That is 4.0689. So that when you calculate the other one, you can bring it out. So this one we calculate so far is the numerator. Draw your line. This is the numerator. So now let's start with the denominator now. We have 5.68. 5.68 raised to the power of 3. Now in this case, that's why I said this very question touch all other side. This is NECO or YA question. Now this one, if I want to start from before the decimal point, my characteristics of the integer is 0. There's no any other number here. So I'll bring down my what? My 0. Now I have to look for log 56 under 8. Log 56 under 8. Under 8 is 7543. 7543. Log 56 under 8 is 7543. Now, this side, since there is raised to the power of 3, what I'll do here is to multiply. Multiply by 3. If it's cube root, you divide. Now, this will be equal to what? And by the time you multiply this, 3 times 3 is 9. You bring your 3 times 3 is what? 9. 3 times 4 is 12. So, you make sure you carry 1. 3 times 5 is 15. Plus 1, 16. 6. 3 times 7 is 21. Plus 1, 22. Factor 2. Carry 2. 3 times 0 is 0. The 2 you carried, you bring it here. 0.2. Good. Now you bring the other one. 8.14. 8.14. Now this one is still, the characteristics will be what? 0. That is 81 under 4. Log 81. If you are following me, 81 under 4 is 9106. 9106. Somebody will tell me that, why didn't I put it 0.9106? Since this one not cross, we have to calculate this one here. There is plus. There is plus. Now look at it here. Somebody will tell me that, why didn't I mention difference? Because this one is not up to 4 numbers. So there's no difference. Now in this case, I have to add 9 plus 6. 9 plus 6 is 15. 5 carry 1. 2 plus 0 is 2 plus 1, 3. 6 plus 1 is 7. 2 plus 9 is 11. 1, carry 1. 2 plus 0 is 2 plus 1, 3. Now, this is the denominator. Now, this denominator, you have to take it here. That is 3.1735. 1735. So what I'll do, this one is subtraction. This is the denominator, you have to subtract it. This one is the denominator. So this is the denominator. So as you have done this answer you have, you have to bring it here. Now, do you see what I did? I have to, so that somebody can see what I'm doing. This one, you have brought it here. They are now seeing the two answers. This is the denominator, and this is the numerator, and this is the denominator. And what is there between them is division. So you have to subtract. If it's division, you subtract. Now, 9 minus 5 is 4. 8 minus 3 is 5. Now 6 minus 7 is not possible, so I have to reduce this one to 3. This one becomes 10. If I carry 1, it becomes 9. So this one becomes 16. So 16 minus 7 is 9. So 9 minus 1 is 8. This one remains 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. Now, since we are finding this, we have to, there's one thing we are going to do here. You bring your arrow like this. The arrow is now going to the back. Do you know what this arrow is going to? We'll call it anti-logarithm. Now, for us to get this answer, we have to find the anti-logarithm of 89 under 5, difference 4. Now, go back to that the same place. We need to go front. You see anti-logarithms of numbers. So let's go to anti-logarithms of 89 under 5, difference 4. Anti-logarithms of numbers 89 under 5. The first one is 0. You start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Under 5 is 7852. 7852. Do you know why I wrote it down? Because it has a difference. I didn't mean it's 3 number, I would have just gone straight. So I have to write it down so that I can check the difference. Then difference 4, that's under that 89. The first difference is 2. Difference 4 is 7. Difference 4 is 7. So if you have the difference, you now say plus 7. 2 plus 7 is 9, 5, 8, 7. So that is 7, 8, 5, 9. But if you are putting that 7, 8, 5, 9, this one here is 0. So where do I put the point of anti-logarithm? There's a secret. If you are having 0 here, you have to add 1 to the characteristics, so that when you want to put your points in the anti-logarithm side, you shift one number like this 7859. It will now be 7.859. If it's 1 I have here before I add another 1, it will be 2. It will now be 78.59. So that is the secret. I caught you. It's simple. So what I'll do here is what? That means I'll have 7, 8. That is 7.859. But what they told us to do, is that we should leave our answer to 3 significant figures. You must listen to you must read the instruction carefully. Now this very thing, now can I say therefore root 94100 multiplied by 38.2 over 5.683 raised to the power of 3 multiplied by 8.14 is equal to 7. They say to 3 significant figure, 7.86 correct to 3 significant figure. So that is the final answer to this. Look at my arrow. Let me go on this. See my arrow here. The anti-logarithm is going back. As you are putting it, people will know what you are doing. This very one, see the way I arrange the table. If possible, you can just do your own like this. If you want your table to look fine, you can still do it like this. This place is a logarithm, the number, then you spread it to this side. Look at it carefully. Anybody that is marking this will know what you are doing. This is the numerator. Your final answer on the numerator is this, because of some of the things you did here. Now, you have already worked the denominator. You are now telling them that your denominator, the answer is this. So, this is your numerator and this is your denominator. Since it's subtraction, since it's division, you subtract. You have this. Immediately you have your final answer. You put the arrow back to check where you put your answer. So, let me put on this. The question says to 3 significant figures which we have already done justice to. You can now solve the 3 significant figures. You can now solve this one. If you are to solve this one, I just find 93 under 6. Then you divide by 5. You find your answer. This very one, the cube root here, you divide by 3. This square, you multiply by 2. There's nothing here. So check, go and touch anything at all under WAEC or anything, and you will find out that it is very simple. We'll do more on this. Take the other ones as your assignment. If I were you, I'll do the assignment. The more you do the assignment and you are corrected, the more you learn. So thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also follow us on Matex on Facebook. On YouTube channel is The Celebrity Mathematician. Thank you so much, and don't touch the die. Don't forget to participate in the weekly brain test challenge tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.